It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.
Race number 6 on the program, an MR 71 handicap over 1200 meters. You need to get your bets on by 15:40 on the afternoon. We've got interviews for you that were the Jason Gates and MJ Ordendal.
Yeah, look, the 1200 meters is probably better for him, and it's a first ride in a long while that I've had for Mr. Riverland, so hopefully I can also do well on that one of his.
The interesting with Action Time is after him and Cavalieri, after their last run, I sent them up to Mr. Kethro's farm for 10 days. They came back the same time. They've been on a very similar program. Me and Nicholas actually worked them together 2 weeks ago, and with the weight difference between me and Nick, it's certainly, we're not shouting victory and I'm not shouting banker, but this is a difficult race, and I don't think people must exclude this horse. Since he's come back from his 10-day rest on the farm, well, you saw what Cavalieri, he came out and won. So I certainly think, personally, as a form studier, when you look at the race, first horse you'll draw a line through is Action Time. But don't do that. Include him in your permutations and stuff, because this is a very, very difficult race.
MJ Ordendal sounding quite positive and upbeat about his chances here with this 3-year-old son of Time Thief. And he's quite right. When you have a look at the form, you just see those 2 rounds out the maidens. You just want to put a line through it. But with 60 on the back, he's only dropped 2 points in the ratings. I still think he's got a tough ask here. But he's a horse that we could possibly include into those larger quartets.
I'm going to go against MJ. He's my first selection. I followed Cavalieri the other day. I had a chat with MJ. We chatted about Dance My Lord to run the next day. We said a matter of how far. They both came through to win. This horse, Action Time, last time they tried something different. They went the mile. Nothing worked out for him. He was pulling severely, dropping to 1200 at around 20 to 1. I think there's quite a bit of value there. He's got the ability. Whether he brings it to the track or not, that's a different story. But he's going to be my first selection. When I've gone through the rest of the runners, Wiley Riley, coming off a victory last time out, has the improvement factor. You got Lord Edward and a few of the runners who got some fair form. Number 10 coming in hot. But if you're looking to have an outsider bet on the day, number 6, Action Time, there's going to be some action, hopefully.
I think it's an absolute field race, Sheldon. There's so many horses in with chances here. If I was pushed into a corner, I'd be with McCartney here, just based on the fact that I think he's a lot better horse down the lane at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, and 1200 is going to suit him ideally. His maiden form line has been franked with the likes of Wiley Riley, Axel Collins coming through to win. So I think he'll run well. He does have the beating of Wiley Riley in this race here. And I think he's a horse that could certainly progress. Even though he's taken a bit of time to shed that maiden, I think he's one that you can follow in the foreseeable future. So he's a horse that, if I was pushed into a corner, he'd be the top choice. But for Sheldon, it's horse number 6, Action Time, at around 20 to 1 in the market for the MJ Ordendal. Quite a competitive race, and it's all up to you how you're going to play the 6th on the day.
I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.